Welcome to the weekly Extra Point Live. I'm your host, Mo Khan, with the special edition, The Road Show that it is. Welcome to Brossard, Quebec, our first time ever here, and we're looking forward to the great D4 finals that we'll have this year between the Patriots and the Jets. With me, as always, for the D4 preview, my main man, Alex Porras. Alex, welcome to your first ever road show. How do you feel?
I'm feeling really nervous. No, actually, I'm feeling fine, Mo. Thanks a lot for asking.
And a man who is a dinosaur to us. He's been all stalwart. Let's welcome in for his 20th road show, Darren Basmajan. Darren, welcome to your, how many road shows is this now?
Number 6, actually. I missed the first one, so yeah. 6th one. Yeah, not 20th though.
A brachiosaurus that he is.
Oh.
All right, let's break down the D4 finals. We have the two teams, not the NFL version.
You forgot to introduce
yes.
the most important member of our panel.
Yes.
The Division 4 championship trophy. Somebody by the end of this night will be holding this one up, and God knows what's going to be poured into here, but
we don't want to know. Please don't tell us.
All right, let's break down the D4 finals we have here. It's not an NFL matchup. No Tom Brady or Mark Sanchez involved in this game. But they do have the two names in the NFL, the Patriots and Jets. Both teams have had some successful runs so far in the playoffs. The Patriots defeating the much hated family. The Jets gained some close ones over prime time, to name for example. I'll start with you, Alex Porras. Your thoughts, of course, in the pregame and the press conference that we watched earlier in the week, we saw quite a bit of, good sportsmanship going on between both sides. However, pass rushing. We all know, and Darren Basmajan's favorite pass rushers in this football game, Patrick Trahan, him against the Jets offense. Who do you like in this game?
Really, it could go any way in this game. Patrick Trahan is not the best rusher in terms of pure talent, but I mean he compensates with his aggressivity and especially his intensity on the field. So I mean it could go either way because Cal Dugas is not having great playoffs till now. So that is a big factor. In my mind, if Trahan gets to him early in the game, a sack, maybe 2 in the first half, I think he wins the matchup.
One guy that we're going to mention on the other side for the Jets, Patrice Blouin, 7 sacks this year. Who do you give the edge to then?
Definitely Blouin here. Blouin is, in my mind, one of the best rushers in the division. Definitely the best of the two Russians in the finals. Sure, Chauvin is an experienced quarterback, won a championship last spring, but Blouin has a good chance of getting in his head early and making him, force those throws downfield that are going to get picked off.
Well, I'm sure Darren Basmajan will have a little opposition towards the pass rushing because his favorite pass rusher for the Patriots, Patrick Trahan, is playing this game. Your thoughts on what he can do? You've watched him all season long. He's one of your favorites.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see how he approaches the game. He's a very intense guy. Just even now, as he was walking down the sideline, he pointed to that trophy while it was up here. Mokan saw this as well, and he was like, "That's mine. I'm getting it." So I just love to watch this guy. His intensity is wonderful. I do agree with Alex though that maybe the edge would have to go to Blouin in the rushing matchup, but I think you have to look at the team as a whole. It's not just one player or anything. These are the finals now. The individual matchups are interesting, but the team defense is what's going to settle it, not just the rushing matchup, I think.
You mentioned team and the Jets defense. They have allowed 20 points on average per game so far in the playoffs. Alex, how big will they be for this matchup between them and the Pats?
I think they definitely have the best defense, and if we compare with the Patriots, they might actually have the best defense of all the teams that went into the playoffs. They finished second, I think, for interceptions during the year, and in the playoffs, they're easily first. With Sébastien Crisé-Lauzon being a definite threat, with 6 interceptions till now, including 4 in the quarterfinals. I think they are definitely dangerous.
Darren, one thing about the Jets, and you've seen them play a fair share of times, my favorite player, Mitch Chiba, on the team.
Yeah.
What do you foresee happening with them in regards to their defense? Because we all know that Patriots can definitely run the football and pass. Etienne Chauvin, who actually has averaged 1 INT for 6 passing attempts so far in the playoffs. How big will their defense be tonight in this matchup?
Well, a lot has been made up of the fact that we have 2 NFL team names in the finals, Pats, Jets, but I actually liken this to a different type of game, which was Patriots versus a different New York area team, the Giants, in the Super Bowl. Because you have the explosive all-star athletes in the Patriots who have beaten the top teams to get there, a lot of competition. Then you come with the Jets, who haven't had to beat anybody big name, but they do have capabilities, and just like you said, that defense is going to be a big part for them, and they have guys who can get it done, like Mitch Chiba, your favorite player. He's one of those guys that sneaks in under the radar, and you kind of don't see him coming, but they've done what it takes, and you can't underestimate a team like that going into the biggest game. They are their conference, the champions, the finalists from their conference for a reason. They had to beat somebody. They could do nothing about who they face. You know what I mean? It's not their fault, but they got here, and they definitely have what it takes to pull off what we're billing as an upset.
All right, Alex, supporting cast. That's one of the key things you're looking at in this game. Belanger, Pereda, these are the 2 guys that are the big names. Who else can step up?
Pereda and Pereda might help Pereda in this game. I mean, Marc-Antoine Pereda is a guy who hasn't been there often this season. Only 6 games in the regular season, 1 game in the playoffs. But when he's there, he makes it count. Has 1 interception, 1 game in the playoffs, and 5 and 6 games during the regular season. So if this guy can step up and help his brother on the defensive side mainly, I mean, he can be an X factor in this game, actually.
All right, let's sit it down. Alex Porras had the opportunity to interview both sides for the pregame interviews. So sit down to Alex Porras.
Alors, je suis ici sur les lignes de côté avec David Dagenet, juste avant le match de finale de Division 4 entre les Patriotes et les Jets. Alors, David, parle-moi un peu de l'ambiance dans l'équipe juste avant la partie.
L'ambiance est très bonne, Alex. Je pense qu'on est très confiants de nos moyens. Ça fait plusieurs années maintenant que notre groupe est uni. On joue ensemble. C'est pas notre première finale. Et même si le niveau est un peu plus élevé que ce qu'on a connu dans le passé, on pense qu'on est prêt.
Justement, c'est pas votre première finale. Vous avez gagné en fait le championnat au printemps. Compare un peu les séries du printemps aux séries que vous avez vécues cet hiver en 2011.
On a eu affaire à une compétition plus forte cette saison aussi. Je te dirais que peut-être que notre seul regret, c'est de ne pas avoir eu la chance de battre The Family avec leur corps arrière partant. Sinon, on a eu affaire à des très bonnes équipes, puis il a fallu qu'on step up. Puis je pense que ça nous permet d'arriver très confiants aujourd'hui au match.
Parfait. Écoute, justement, vous avez gagné le championnat au printemps passé. Vous avez eu le trophée de Division D. Maintenant, vous avez la chance de upgrader votre trophée, de le grossir avec le trophée de Division 4 de l'hiver. Qu'est-ce que vous devez faire en première moitié du match pour arriver à avoir ce championnat-là?
Bien, je vais t'avouer qu'on ne prend pas ce match-ci différemment de tous les autres matchs. Quand on arrive sur le terrain, on essaie de scorer à tous les drives, puis on essaie d'empêcher les points à chaque drive. Il n'y a aucun changement. On s'adapte en fonction de notre adversaire. On a une très bonne communication. On est capable de changer notre plan de match au fur et à mesure que le match avance. Je pense que pour le confort, pour que ce soit plus facile, il faut prendre une avance rapidement. Mais sinon, il n'y aura pas de changement par rapport aux autres matchs. On arrive confiant, on marque à chaque série, puis on essaie d'accorder le moins de points possible. La recette est simple.
Pour tous les fans qui regardent le match, peux-tu nommer un joueur sur ton équipe qu'il faudra surveiller sur ton première demi?
Écoute, c'est certain que Sébastien Pereda est le joueur clé, mais je pense que tout repose sur les épaules de notre corps arrière, Étienne Chauvin. Si Étienne est en confiance, si Étienne part le match fort, ça va faciliter le travail à tout le monde. Puis on est une équipe qui marque beaucoup de points. Puis ça nous enlève de la pression quand on a un touché ou 2 d'avance. Si Étienne peut partir le match en force, ça va bien aller.
Ben écoute, bonne chance pour votre match. Bonne chance pour de réussir une deuxième conquête de suite. Alors, c'était David Dagenet des Patriotes. Alors, on est ici avec Patrice Blouin des Jets pour l'avant-match de la finale de la Division 4 de l'hiver 2011. Donc, Patrice, Dis-moi, contre une équipe expérimentée comme les Patriotes, comment est-ce que vous comptez commencer la partie?
Ben, je pense que tout le monde dirait commencer fort, commencer avec soit un stop à la défense, soit un toucher à l'offense. Il me semble que c'est la logique, mais notre plan de match, c'est de rester focus. Puis s'il nous arrive une mauvaise séquence, mais c'est de rebondir après. Je crois que c'est ça qui va faire la différence. C'est la première équipe qui va savoir rebondir d'une erreur, qui va faire en sorte qu'il va prendre peut-être une priorité sur l'autre. Peu importe si ça se passe au début de game, ça se peut que ça donne un momentum temporaire, mais si on reste dans notre système de jeu puis le système commence par fonctionner, bien, tout est possible d'après moi.
Au jeu des erreurs, justement, est-ce que tu te sens confiant, tu te sens capable de provoquer des erreurs chez Étienne Chauvin, le carrière vedette des Patriotes?
Ben écoute, le principal but, c'est sûr que moi, je voudrais des sacs, mais moi, si le fait que je mette beaucoup de pression puis qu'il lance des passes imprécises ou des interceptions, je crois que ça va être un plus bel apport qu'on peut avoir que de déranger. Le but aussi, c'est un sport qu'on est là pour le fun. On n'est pas là, c'est compétitif, bien sûr, mais c'est pas là pour faire perdre la tête à un autre, ou exemple. Mais c'est sûr que je vais mettre la pression au plus maximum, que ce soit le meilleur corps arrière de sa planète, ou que ce soit un des moins bons. Ça n'a plus d'importance parce qu'il est en finale présentement. Puis si c'est rendu en finale, c'est parce qu'il a fait des bonnes choses. Puis d'après moi, il va être capable de dealer avec ma pression que je vais mettre, comme mon corps arrière devrait dealer avec la pression de son rusher.
Peux-tu nommer un joueur sur ton équipe qui pourrait vraiment changer le match complètement? Un X-Factor, si tu veux. On parle de Pat Jets, un genre de David Tyree qui ferait un catch avec son casque.
Je te dirais que ça serait plus en défensive. Je crois que Sébastien Crisilozon, il connaît des séries incroyables. Il est partout sur le terrain. À la grandeur qu'il a, je crois que ça a été la meilleure chose à faire, c'est justement de me faire une substitution moi-même et de me mettre dans une position que j'étais plus à l'aise, puis que lui est plus à l'aise. Mais si on parle offensivement, on pourrait être surpris de Mitch Chiba, d'après moi. On l'a acquis à milieu de saison, et il a toujours été important, il a toujours fait des bons touchés. Puis on n'en parle pas beaucoup de Mitch Chiba, mais demi-finale la semaine passée, le finale cette semaine, il est toujours dans des bonnes équipes. Puis je crois qu'il peut être un bon élément pour notre offensive et pour l'équipe.
Bien, merci beaucoup. Alors, c'était l'entrevue d'avant-match avec Patrice Blouin des Jets. Alors, bonne chance pour ta finale.
Merci beaucoup.
Salut.
Welcome back. It is now time to give our final analysis. Alex, who is your X factor in this game?
Well, I've talked about Marc-Antoine Périda early in the first segment, but I really think if I had to choose an X factor, it would definitely be Mathieu Bélanger. I know he's the big receiver, but people will tend to go to Sébastien Périda because he'll get the passes downfield. But then suddenly out of nowhere, Bélanger is going to get the 40-yarder for a touchdown, and this is what's going to change the game.
17 catches, 193 yards, 3 touchdowns for Belanger so far in the playoffs. All right, Darren, your final synopsis here. It is time for our picks. Who do you like and why?
All right, in this game, I made the case for picking the Jets, so it's going to sound stupid for me to go and pick the Patriots.
You're pulling a Tom Jackson then.
Yeah, but I am picking the Patriots because despite all the fancy arguments I made about the Jets kind of resembling the New York Giants and the Patriots Super Bowl matchup, there's just too much battle-tested ability in the Patriot right now. The Jets, these guys as a franchise have never been that successful. Right now they're in a spot. They're kind of very, they might be over their heads. They might start off a bit cold. And if you start off cold against a team like the Patriots, they're going to take advantage of that, and you're going to be down a few scores. You're going to have to open things up. That's not their game. So I think unless they come out firing, they're not going to be able to keep up with the Patriots. So that's my pick.
All right, it's time to go to our D4 expert, the man who is at the heartbeat of the division. Alex, who do you like and why?
I'm going to go with the Patriots too, just like my friend over there. I forgot your name, man. Sorry. But I'm going to go with the Patriots for the simple reason that, if we had to choose between the Patriots and the actual New York Giants, back in the day, everybody chooses the Pats. Why? Because how many times can actually David Tyree make a catch with his helmet and Eli Manning avoid the whole D-line of the other team? So I don't think this is going to happen in this game. Patriots are going to win this one by at least a score.
All right, so there you have it. Both my colleagues, who I do remember their names, Alex to my right and Darren to my left.
Thank you.
No problem. Picking the Pats to win this D4 title, which will begin very shortly here. In about 1 hour's time, we'll find out who will be hoisting that trophy to your far left. And who knows? We'll find out. A reminder, halftime report brought to you by Alex Porce. He'll get a synopsis, a sense of idea for what both teams are going through right now. And then don't forget the postgame show. Alex Portis will conduct it live on the football field where he'll talk to the victorious team. Maybe the Pats, maybe the Jets, will find out. And also, a special edition of the Roadshow. Darren Basmerjan and I will have the honor of doing the first ever play-by-play in FPF history. So stay tuned for that. Coming up next, our play-by-play in the D4 Finals on the Weekly Extra Point Live. First play for the Jets. Dugas looking deep down the sidelines. He has Mitch Sheba open for a 29-yard gain. An early first down for the Jets. Great start, Darren.
Yeah, you know, a nice grab by Mitch Sheba over the shoulder there, running down the sidelines. That's where he's made his money over the years.
Second play coming up for the Jets. A great start to their opening drive of this finals right now. Carl Dugas in shotgun formation. The snap. He looks to his left. He has Billy Havoc open. It is a 2-3 yard gain. Second down for the Jets, Darren.
Nice tackle by Alex Pereda there. I think we'll see on the replay. He really gets full extension, kind of going across his body here. Makes a nice tackle. That's the trick. You gotta stop Havoc before he starts gaining a little bit of ground here.
He has that experience, Mr. Tennessee in football, actually.
Indeed. You know, I think maybe one of the more accomplished players we've had here in FPF.
Well decorated.
Well decorated. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it.
Third play for the Jets now. Opening drive for them. A great start for them in this D4 Finals. Dugas in a pistol formation. A little movement by the Jets offense. Trips looking. He has his man open. It is caught by Simon Batty for a 3 yard gain, it looks like it, Darren.
Yeah, they're moving a little inch by inch here, although I think Alex Pereda had that read right away, right off the bat. They didn't really gain as much as they thought they might, but still, progress.
Big play for the Jets now as they're deep inside the Pats territory. They have to score on this opening drive.
Yeah, here now it's third down. This is kind of, you don't want to be stuck on that goal to go situation here.
In the pistol formation once again. Dugas dropping back a few more steps. And here's a snap. Looking. He gets sacked by none other than Patrick Trehan, who is phenomenal for this football team.
And you'll see here, he gives him a little stare down after that. Look at that, cheeky.
You know what? He likes playing mind games, Darren. We've noticed this all season long with number 45.
Yeah, you know, we talk about him a lot, and his stats might not actually justify it. The guy's only got, I think, 10 sacks in the past 3 seasons, in the regular seasons, but he does get into opposing quarterbacks' hands.
Absolutely. Here we go. Big play for the Jets now. They are pushed back by that big sack by Trehan, and this is the big play for them now. If they can get a touchdown on this, this will bring more confidence to their offense.
Well, you know, the Jets did need a good start, and they started off good with that 29-yard pass to Mitch Chiba, but this is it now. It's fourth down. They're backed up. They lost 6 yards on that sack. We'll see what they do.
There we go. The snap. Dugas looking deep. He goes into the end zone. It is incomplete. A big stop for the Patriots defense.
Battered away by Mathieu Bélanger, one of those big play guys for them, number 13 in red. Great play by them, and now we'll see if the Patriots, can put together a drive here to kind of make the Jets pay for that turnover.
Well, the pass was intended for Sébastien Crissy-Lauzon, who did not catch that ball, unfortunately, for the Jets. Pat's opening drive coming up right now. And here we go.
Yeah, you know, well, we're going to have to see what the Pats try and do here. The real chess game here is going to be between rusher Patrice Blouin for the Jets and obviously quarterback Etienne Chauvin. A very mobile quarterback. We'll see if he's able to use that.
Chauvin in a pistol formation, gets the snap. He's looking to his right, rolling to his left. He throws it deep. It is deflected by Mohamed Zerbo, the Laval Rouge football player, with a great play to make it second down.
Yeah, I think you'll see here. I'm not sure that it was the best choice of pass. He was double covered there. Although, as you see on that flag on the play.
That is true.
I guess the referee felt that they were maybe a bit too hands-on there, as we saw Mo Zerbo and Sébastien Crissy-Lauzon both in on him there. So I think there's clearly a pass interference flag on the defense as you see the ball is moving up.
An early movement for the ball for the Patriots as they're now deep inside Jet territory. Etienne Chauvin, who has been notorious for having a lot of incompletions, has been decent so far the last 2 games. Let's see what he does now on their second play of the opening drive.
I got to say, though, I still don't like the decision to throw that pass. They got lucky with that pass interference.
Double coverage is very tough to decipher that, but for Chauvin, he's making a little cat call to his Patriot team, a little audible, gets the ball, looking. He is rolling. He throws a quick pass. It is caught by Cédric Chapartier, number 43, for a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, you know, I mean, in the end, as long as you get a little bit of little bit of gain on the play. It's not a bad play. You don't want to throw an interception here. That's the biggest thing for them. They just saw how bad it could be when you get a turnover on down, so they want to use this correctly.
Well, it's a third play on the opening drive for the Patriots. Chauvin in a pistol formation once again. He gets a snap, looking, seeing the middle. A great slant catch by number 13, Mathieu Belanger.
Is he in?
It looks like the referees are determining the spot of the incident.
Ooh, I think he's just short. Let's see here on the replay.
Oh, it looks like
Oh!
it is. A great play by Mo Zerbo for a last-minute deflagging and a quick slant in down on that catch.
Yeah, you know, I mean that is one thing that Belanger can do, is he can make you miss. He's been a big play guy for them. He can make people miss. He has gets a lot of yardage per play. So I think that's what you'll be seeing tonight. And now they're 1 yard away.
Inside the red zone right now for Chauvin in the Patriot offense. Chauvin gets the snap, rolling out to his right, looking over the middle. He waits. He rolls out to his left. He's waiting. And it looks like, is that a deflagging? Is that a sack, or is that an intentional ground? We can't tell from that angle.
Almost looks like a fumble there, but all I know is tenacious rushing by Patrice Blouin. We said that's a chess match here. He got beat with the pump, but to his credit, he followed him up good and chased him down to the sidelines. There were no options for Etienne Chauvin there.
Yeah, Blouin, who had 17 sacks during the season, has been phenomenal all year long for the Jets. Been a key part of their defense, that's for sure, Darren.
Yeah, you know, Blouin is a top player for them, and he's, like I said, it's really the matchup you got to keep an eye on. If Etienne Chauvin can't get it going in this first half and they can't get off to a good start, it'll be because of Patrice Blouin's rushing.
Chauvin gets the snap. Oh, a little false start by... and then Chauvin throws it. It is deflected by Mitch Chiba.
Chiba had a fair shot on that ball there.
Chauvin looked right, went left to the corner of the front of the end zone, and Chiba made a great play on that first step on that to deflect that ball out of bounds.
A really nice play by him.
And here we go. The Patriots, they have to score on their opening drive. Otherwise, this will be the hammer back in the Jets' corner in regards to the opening drives for both teams.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. I expected, more scoring. I thought it would be a little bit quicker. This is really a grinding type game so far.
Chauvin gets, he rolls out to his right, looks, incomplete pass to number 13, Mathieu Belanger, who could not corral it in. And boy, oh boy, the Patriots now are in a hole of sorts, hoping to score in their opening drive.
Yeah, this is going to be the big one here. We're at third down, I think, is coming up here. They've really struggled quite a bit here in the red zone. Chauvin's been kind of running around, cutting down his options by rolling. Obviously, he's more comfortable on the roll, but you got to give yourself some options. Let yourself make some reads here.
That's the one thing about Chauvin. He's got to cut down his incompletions.
Yeah.
5 yards out from the snapper in a pistol formation once again for Etienne Chauvin, looking at the defense. He gets a snap. He rolls out to his right. He's looking patiently, and Patrice Blouin with a huge sack for the Jets.
A bit too patiently, and I think you see a little gamesmanship by Blouin here, kind of using the clap that Patrick Trahan did in the first drive here. That's a big, big loss for Etienne Chauvin and the Patriot offense.
And here we go, Jets' second
turnover on downs.
Yeah, second offensive series for the Jets. And Dugas in shotgun formation. Once again, trips look for the Jets. Dugas goes deep. He has, through the hands.
Billy Havoc.
Billy Havoc, the sure-handed receiver for the Jets, could not corral it in. And Dugas went deep on that. Double coverage practically. And unfortunate for the Jets, they couldn't get it in for a big score.
Yeah, it looked like he had him there, to be honest. Just Billy Havoc couldn't get enough on that one.
And again, for the Jets, they have to get these points now. They couldn't score on the opening drive, and the longer this game goes, this bodes well for the Patriots if the Jets can't score. Second down for the Jets. Second series in the first half. An opening D4 finals between these two teams here. A little motion by the Jets. Trips formation. Dugas looking. He throws a little reverse. It is picked off for the Patriots. Dagenet, he could go, and he is deflagged inside the red zone of the Jets. What a play call. What a stop by the Patriots as they get the ball deep inside the Jets' territory.
They like using Havoc to throw the ball. They've had quite a bit of success in that in the playoffs. He's had 3 completions on 4 attempts, 70 yards and a touchdown, kind of filling in using the wrap there, but Patriots had that sniffed out right from the start.
David Dagenet, with a huge play for the Patriots as they're deep inside Jet territory once again.
Yeah, not a great throw there by Billy Havoc.
No, none whatsoever. Here we go. Etienne Chauvin in shotgun formation once again. He's looking to his middle. He is sacked by
God.
Patrice Blouin. Once again, Blouin getting into the head of Chauvin. Huge sack for the Jets defense.
Blouin's eating his lunch here. Really, Chauvin can't get anything going. He's running for his life right off the start.
Unbelievable. And as it's second down now for the Patriots offense, as they're looking to score this one in off of a turnover by Billy Havoc, who threw an INT pass to the Patriot defense. Second down. Coming up right now. Chauvin surveying the defense from the Jets. Look. The snap. Looking to his left. Rolling. Looking. Caught. And is inside the 2-yard line for the Patriots.
I think that was Sébastien Perada coming up with a big catch for them. You know, he's another guy that he's kind of started filling in as a possession receiver for them this season. Kind of the yin to Mathieu Bélanger's yang. So it's a role that he fills quite well, and they're very, very close. And I think they're about 2 yards short of the end zone here. You know,
They got to score, Darren. They have to score right now. Etienne Chauvin calling out the play inside the huddle. He has his look now, surveying the Jets defense once again. Looking for Patrice Blouin, who's been phenomenal so far in the first half. He looks, looking to his right, rolling out. It is caught for a touchdown.
Hey, there we go. Finally, some points on the board.
Mathieu Bélanger with a 2-yard grab on an out route to give it an early 6-0 lead for the Patriots.
Yeah, nice catch there. You know, very hard to keep your feet in. You've got a defender right on your draped over your back. Really, really nice catch there.
And that's a big hammer score now for the Patriots as he look to put up a single point, an extra point now on this attempt. Chauvin talked to his teammates, giving the last minute play call here. In a shotgun formation, 7 yards out from the snapper. He's looking, snaps it, rolls out to his left, looking. He has the completion to David Turcotte for a single point, 7-0 lead for the Patriots early in the first half.
Turcotte, interestingly enough, fulfills the role of backup quarterback for this team, but he can get involved offensively, and that's what he just did. So 7-0. You know, Jets had all the chances in the world here to take charge.
Shift formation, yeah. They look. Dragan Mallet with the catch on that play. The Jets going to a trips look again. Carl Dugas rolling out, fake the pass and the big catch for Mallet.
Yeah, Mallet's a guy who really does need to contribute for this team. He's got a lot of size. He's kind of one of those kind of player I like to say he plays angry. He's kind of an intimidating guy to face off against, and it's a big catch for them to get the offense going after the Patriots score.
First and 10 for the Jets now. Dugas waiting for the snap. He gets it, looking, quick pass. Mitch Chiba with the catch. A huge game for Chiba. A 14-yard pass completion, and the Jets are now moving the football, Darren.
Yeah, second catch of the game for Chiba, and really mixing it up with him, kind of getting him the inside, the outside. It was a nice little catch. Kind of floated there, but to no harm for the Jets offense, and now they start driving again.
All right, here we go. Jets making some moves now on their third series in the first half of this football game. D4 final 7-0 Patriots over the Jets. Dugas gets the snap. He's looking out to his right. He throws it.
Oh, he's got him. No!
It is intercepted by Sébastien Perada. And a huge end zone INT for the Patriots as they get the football back. A big blow for the Jets.
But he had Mitch Chiba. He just had to lead him a little bit further. You see, that's where you get caught when the ball hangs in the air like that. And Pereda knows exactly what to do in that situation.
A huge momentum shift for the Patriots deep in their end zone. Blouin coming for the pass rush. It is a
safety.
Safety for the Jets. A huge play by Patrice Blouin, sacking Etienne Chauvin, who has not been able to get comfortable in the pocket, Darren.
You know, as many miscues as the Jets have been having throughout their offensive drives, you know, stalling, turnover on downs, 2 interceptions so far, Patrice Blouin is keeping them in this game.
Dugas throws the ball over to Billy Havoc. It is a 9-yard gain.
Oh, he's going.
A huge game for Billy Havoc, 9 yards to be exact. A good over-the-middle pass there.
He took a little something, made a lot out of it. You know, usually Mathieu Bélanger has a bit surer hands tackling than that, but he missed him, and he allowed Havoc to kind of get some steam going, and that's something you do not want to do.
Momentum slowly, potentially shifting back to the Jets after a big safety caused by Patrice Blouin. Second play, for the Jets on their fourth drive. Looking to get some points now, some legitimate points, and potentially taking the lead over the Patriots in this first half of the D4 finals. Dugas waiting for the snap now. Jets in the base formation. Dugas gets the snap, looking to his left, throws it. It is caught by Marc-André Rioux. My apologies. Over the middle for a big gain 6 yards to be exact.
This is a guy they have to get a bit more involved. You know, throughout the season, he was second leading receiver, second in yards, fourth in touchdowns for this team. So far in the playoffs, in the last 2 games, he's only had 1 reception and 9 yards. It's a guy who was very involved for them on the offensive side, hasn't been really getting it done. I know they're going to be looking to feed him the ball, and he was wide open sitting in the middle zone.
2nd and 4 for the Jets right now. Driving, trips formation, motion by their offense. Dugas looks. He has his man open. Of course, it is none other than Dragan Mallet. No relation to Ryan Mallet with the catch, 4-yard gain.
Yeah, Dragan Mallet, definitely no relation, but still, it's coming up big. Like I said, this is the kind of guy that they need to he's the kind of guy who, once he gets out on a roll, he can start punishing your defense, and that's what the Patriots do not want. They're going to need some strong play here. Jets keep coming. Mistake after mistake. They're not out of it yet.
Not yet. We'll see what happens right now in this next play for the Jets. Going to that base formation once again. 2 receivers. Oh no, they have a little motion right now. Trips look on their left side. Dugas waiting, throws it. It is intended for Billy Havoc. A great play by Mathieu Bélanger, number 13, with a big pass deflection for the Patriot defense.
Yeah, you know, Bélanger really. You saw it kind of earlier in the drive when on that 4th down play too. They keep trying to attack that side, but Bélanger's all over it. He's got a lot of range.
Yeah, he does, and that's the one thing. They have to be very precise with their throws, and so far Dugas has been uncomfortable in the pocket.
Yeah, I have to say, Carl Dugas is a guy who is 5th in yards, 5th in passing touchdowns in the entire Division 4 this season. I expected a better performance from him here in the finals.
Base formation once again for the Jets. They've been going to a lot of trips look all game long. Dugas gets the ball, throws it, an out pass. It is caught.
Nope.
Oh, it is incomplete.
Yeah, I thought he had a grab on that too, but as we'll see here in the replay, I think did not have enough of a handle on it.
Sébastien Tressé-Lauzon dropping the ball, number 88, a tall receiver for the Jets. Unfortunately, cannot corral it in for the offense.
Yeah, and going back to what I was saying about Dugas, you know, he had a good season. He even had a 5-game stretch in the middle of the season where he averaged QB rating of 130.8. So.
And look at Patrick Trahan. He is angry. He wants that sack, Darren.
Yeah, and you know, you got to wonder if he's maybe getting in his head, as Dugas has really looked a little bit off so far in this game.
A little cross motion by the Jets offense right now. Back to their base look. Dugas gets the ball. Looking. Oh, fake pumps, running. He will get at least 3-4 yards on that play. A big play for David Dagenet, who makes a big stop on that drive for the Jets.
Yeah, you know, Trahan can do all the movements, the claps, and the salutes as he wants to in this game pre-snap. But if he misses that tackle, well, you know, Carl Dugas is going to take it. He's not the biggest runner, but I mean, this is a guy who will take what's given to him.
Jets off to a slow start on their offense as they can't muster any points on offense.
Yeah, you know, it's just it's a kind of situation here where they need to make a big play and nobody's stepping up and doing it for them on the offense.
Chauvin, pardon me, Darren. Etienne Chauvin back on for the Patriots, waiting for the snap. He gets it, rolls, looks over the middle. It is caught by Mathieu Bélanger for a 6-yard gain. A good slant pass. This has been their bread and butter all game long, Darren.
Yeah, you know, Bélanger seems to have become the go-to guy for them. Usually during the regular season, he's kind of a guy who's a big play threat. He's a guy who averaged 15.3 yards per reception in the regular season. But in the playoffs, he's been very, very big for them. You know, he's had 14 receptions in the last 2 games, 136 yards. This is a big play guy for them.
And you wonder with the Patriots' offense if they're going to a quick pass now to avoid Patrice Blouin's rush attack here.
Rolling snap. I like it.
Oh, here we go. Chauvin gets about 6-7 yards on that play. A rolling snap, as you mentioned before, trying to go wide now on Patrice Blouin, who couldn't corral in that flag.
Well, you know, just staying in the pocket, you've seen he's been very indecisive, kind of been having a hard time making decisions. This rolling snap, if they decide to use it more, could be a key for them in containing Patrice Blouin's pass rush.
They might have learned that from the upper divisions in D1, of course, with Andy Putikin of the old school using that play quite often.
Yeah, definitely. That's this season might be the most we've ever seen that in Flag Plus history. I can say in all the years I've been here. That's for sure.
Will be a rule change. Who knows? Potentially.
Well, that's something the rules committee might have to look at. But I think it's not. I like it.
1st and 10 for the Patriot offense. Running back in motion. Nick Tardif. No. Going over the middle. It is caught for a touchdown.
Is he it? No.
Nick Tardif could not corral it in, unfortunately, on a post play. Great call, though, by Etienne Chauvin.
Yeah, you know, I thought he had him, just sailed it a little bit wide, dropped it in over Mo's elbow, but he wasn't able to keep it in bounds. Didn't even manage to keep the ball coming down, but nice play. They might have found a little weakness there.
2nd down for the Patriot offense. Chauvin trying to go a lot of east-west now, trying to force Blouin to play his style of game now. as opposed to staying in the pocket as he first did in the first few series of this football game.
Well, I think in terms of athletes, the Patriots receivers do have the advantage over the defensive counterparts.
Chauvin rolling out to his right, looking over the middle. He has a catch for Mathieu Belanger, 9 yards on the play. And again, trying to make everyone go lateral now on him.
Well, that's the thing. So as I was saying, you know, because they have the advantage, you just want to give your quarterback a little time to throw. The rest of his receivers will get open. So that's what they're doing now. It's a smart little strategy shift for them.
And of course, the Patriots now trying to put in some points as they are matriculating that ball down the football field, looking to further their lead against the Jets in this D4 finals. Chauvin has the huddle intact, calling the plays quite often, going with a lot of lateral moves, as we said before. Trips formation looks like it now to his left.
And there's 5 plays left as this play is about to get started here. So, you know, this close to the red zone, they've got a lead. They need to push the pace here. They need to score a touchdown.
Chauvin looking. He is going to bail. He will get down to the... No, he's not in. He'll get down to the 2-yard line of the Jets red zone. Mitch Chiba with the deflagging, preventing Chauvin from going into the end zone.
Well, that'll be the last run for him in this half, in all likelihood. He's in the red zone now, can't run. It's going to limit his options. This is where Blue Eye needs to come up big again.
And of course, the Patriots want to further their lead because they've held the Jets' offense in check the entire game, minus the 2 points they gave up on offense when Patriots Blue Eye had a huge safety early in this football game.
Yeah, you know, I think if the Jets are able to keep the Patriots out of the end zone in this drive and end the half only down 7-2, I think that'll be a kind of a moral victory for them. Maybe they can figure some things out on offense, perhaps get something going in the second half.
And the huddle breaks now for the Patriot offense. Chauvin surveying the defense once again, has a base formation look for his offense. Coming up close to the snapper, and he calls a timeout. Did not like what he saw from the Jets' defense or potentially from his offense. We'll see what happens now.
Well, I mean, smart move by him. I mean, then if you don't like what you see, why are you going to risk it? You got the timeouts, use them.
Here we go. Chauvin throws it. It is incomplete. A quick pass offline to Nick Tardif. Cannot corral it in front of the end zone, of the Jets, as they have a huge stop on that play.
Yeah, that's where I think the Jets defense kind of knew that was the kind of play coming. He had 2 receivers on his back there, so there was very little chance of that play working out. But like I said, now we're at we have 3 plays left.
3 plays left now. This is huge for the psyche of the Patriots if they score on this team now. If they can get a good, comfortable lead before entering the halftime of this D4 finals.
Looks like some intense discussion there between Mitch Chiba and Mo Zerbo here on the left side. I don't know if some kind of confusion seems to be happening.
Chauvin calling the snap, he gets it. He's looking, he throws a high ball. It is caught for the touchdown. Sebastian Perada with a touchdown to give a 13-2 lead for the Patriots.
I think what happened there is I think Zerbo was calling for a switch. I think he noticed the size disadvantage that Chiba had vis-a-vis Sebastian Perada, and you see where that kind of confusion, something you cannot have at the end of the first half in the finals here, and they made him pay. Patriots are now up 13-2.
And of course, they're going for the single point on this play to hopefully make it a 14-2 lead for the Pats before the first half is over. And Etienne Chauvin, he has definitely adjusted his game, Darren, to going east-west as opposed to staying in the pocket so far in the second part of the first half.
Yeah, you know, that touchdown really was a devastating blow for the Jets. They were hanging in there, like I said. If they were able to keep them out of the end zone, that would have been a huge, huge win for them.
Running back in the backfield for the Patriots, Chauvin gets the snap. He gets it. It's a little reverse. It is caught by, it looks like David Turcotte for the throw of the ball, pardon me.
Yeah, it's Pereda again coming up big. And, you know, Turcotte, like I said earlier, he's the backup quarterback for them. So this is a guy they're very, very confident handing the ball off to on that option.
A 14-2 lead for the Patriots. Jets back on offense. Dugas gets the ball, throws it. It is caught. And it is a big gain now for the Jets as they're looking to hopefully get some points before the first half is over.
Yeah, Simon Batsi here makes something out of nothing, but you got to wonder on that play call. A little bit short with only 2 plays left in the half. I think you'd want to maybe go deeper, hope for a pass interference.
You know, maybe trying to cut the field in half, make it a bit easier, so to speak, for their Jets offense.
Now they have, I think 25, 30 yards to go. I think that's a lot to try and gain here.
Especially for Dugas, who has not been able to connect on the deep ball.
Yeah, it's a Kyle Dugas that we're not used to seeing here, and now with 1 play left, they're really going to have to hope for a miracle here to kind of try and narrow the gap.
Yeah, last play coming up for the Jets. They hope to get some points on this play over here. Dugas has not been perfect up till now. Deep shotgun formation. He gets the ball. He is looking deep. He throws it up in the air. It is picked off by Sebastian Perada to end off the first half, Darren.
Yeah, you know, knock it down, pick it off, whatever you want to do there.
All right, 14-2 halftime lead for the Patriots. Let's hand it down to Alex Porras with the halftime report.
Alors, on est à la mi-temps, 14-2 pour les Patriotes. On est sur la ligne de côté. Vraiment un match très défensif à date. Surtout pour les Patriotes qui ont intercepté 2 fois le carrière Carl Dugas, qui a vraiment beaucoup de difficultés à implanter son système de jeu en première demi. Alors, Sébastien Pereda, 2 interceptions en fait, et Mathieu Bélanger, l'autre interception, avec 3 grosses passes défendues, sont vraiment les joueurs les plus importants après la première demi. On se retrouve du côté des Jets à la mi-temps. Alors, vraiment, les Jets ont beaucoup de difficultés à implanter leur système de jeu offensif en première demi. C'est leur défensive qui les a un peu sauvés. Donc, seulement alloué 14 points. On doit vraiment remercier Patrice Blouin avec ses 4 sacs, incluant un sac pour un safety, 2 gros points au tableau. Mais vraiment, leur offensive va devoir se lever en deuxième demi. Surtout Carl Dugas qui va devoir arrêter de lancer le ballon trop profondément en zone adverse.
All right, welcome back to the second half. Thank you, Alex Porras, with a scintillating halftime report. Etienne Chauvin gets the ball. He is rolling. He's going to run it, and he'll get about 5 yards on that play. An early rollout for Etienne Chauvin, Darren.
Yeah, you know, we saw it at the end of the first half, where I guess we're going to be seeing it a bit more here. It seems to be working for him, neutralizing Blouin's rush. That's what they needed, and Patriots really seem to be rolling here at the end of the first half, and it's carried over into the start of the second.
As we said before, Chauvin going left and right now with his rollouts as opposed to staying in the pocket now.
Generally speaking, you don't want to cut down your reads, but it's working for them. They've got the matchups they want.
Chauvin, a shotgun formation, looking. He is waiting. He has a completion to Mathieu Bélanger. It looks like a 9-yard gain. It will be enough for a first down, a good start to their opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, bread and butter for them. I think that's the second or third time they've completed that exact same play with them. Jets are going to have to adjust at some point.
Absolutely, and again, the Jets have to make a stop of some sort. If you recall last week against Top Guns, he had 3 INTs against Jerry Trout, who has not been splendid at all in the playoffs, but he had to get a turnover in this second half of the football game.
Yeah, you know, this is exactly what you're saying is 100% correct there, Mo.
All right, here we go. Third play of the opening drive of the second half for the Patriots. Once again, a running back in the backfield for the Patriots. Chauvin gets the ball. Play action, looking deep. He will incomplete over the head.
Overthrew him by quite a bit there.
Mathieu Bélanger. That ball was in South Shore.
Yeah, I think one of the GPK guys practicing on the sidelines could have got that.
Yep, and had his man beat. Unfortunately, could not catch it for the big score.
He's been missing deep a couple of times there. Etienne Chauvin, you know, he's a great quarterback, but he's got his completion percentage, his ball protection. These are things that he can improve on as the seasons go on and on.
All right, second down for the Patriots. Chauvin in a 5-yard pistol formation look. Surveys the defense. Gets the snap. He is looking. He's going to. Oh, no, he's not going to run it. Oh, he was able to run it.
Nice move.
Great move on Patrice Blouin, getting about 6-7 yards on that play. A great move, Darren.
Yeah, Chauvin's got his swagger back now, doesn't he? He made Patrice Blouin look like a fool on that one.
Blouin has to become a force in the second half to keep this team alive.
Well, you know, I don't know what he could do more than he's been doing, right? He's got the only points on the board for the Jets. He's sacked them, I think, 3 or 4 times.
He's the Will Smith of the team, doing everything for their football team.
Okay. Not sure I got that reference there, Wilco. You want to explain while we have the time?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know?
Okay.
If you watch the show, you can know.
All right, well, I did watch the show, but I don't remember every single
Pass the ball to Will.
You think the people are bored by hearing us talk about this?
Absolutely. All right, Chauvin back in the FPF action here. Chauvin, shotgun, look, pistol formation once again. He has it. He's looking to his left. Great catch by Sébastien Pereda for a 10-yard game. That might be enough for a first down again, Darren.
Yeah, Mozerbo on the tackle there. It's the same play that they ran to Bélanger from the other side this time, and it's really these just quick slant ins. I don't know. The Jets are going to have to start respecting that play.
And that's the one thing. Chauvin has definitely made it shorter timing routes now to avoid Blouin's pass rush, and that's been the difference up till now, since the early sacks in the safety part by the Jets defense.
Well, that's been the difference here. Patriots adjusting well. Jets seem to not have adjusted yet.
All right, Chauvin getting the ball. Running out to his right, looking. Incomplete pass. That ball was intended for number 43, Cedric Charpentier. Could not get that ball in. A little bit over his head, though.
Yeah, miscommunication, though. He didn't turn around. It's like he wasn't ready. I think he was afraid that he was about to get decked by the Jets defender.
Mo Zerbo, Laval Rougeard player, I mean, he can definitely put a hit on an opposition, that's for sure.
Yeah, undoubtedly. But, I mean, I mean, we all know that this is just for fun. It's non-contact, but it's the finals, right? You want to see somebody try and make that play. But I think Charpentier is an excellent player, and I think he'll come back with a big play here soon.
All right, second down now for the Patriots, looking to put a little more distance from the Jets and hoping to take a big commanding lead, 14-2 lead for them early in the opening drive of the second half of this football game. Chauvin surveying the defense left to right. He gets the snap. He's looking to his right, rolling, waiting, looking patiently.
Ooh, wide open.
He has Cedric Charpentier open for an 8-yard gain inside the red zone of the Jets territory.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting to note Cedric Charpentier is basically a red zone threat coming out of the snapper position for the Patriots. He had 10 receptions in the regular season. 6 of them were for touchdowns. So this is a guy that when he's getting the ball, you know where you are on the field.
All right, here we go. Chauvin is looking to get a clarification from the referees on where they are inside the Jets territory. And of course, it's big for them because if the Jets do allow the Patriots to score, that means they're going to be down by pretty much 3 touchdowns to the Patriots. And of course, we never know what can happen here. Trips formation for the Pats.
Jets need to stop here. Sorry to cut you off, Mo, but they definitely need to stop. They need it badly.
Chauvin calling an audible, looking. He's waiting patiently, rolling out to his right, throws it. Caught by Cedric Charpentier, touchdown. Patriot in a huge game, 20-2 lead for the Pats.
Yeah, you know, I think they decided Charpentier was getting a touchdown here. That's the 3rd time they've targeted him in a row, and it paid off for them as they got a touchdown here to push the lead to 20-2.
A lot of against the grain throws by Chauvin, and once again, that was the same look that they had before, Darren.
Yeah, it's just really been a tale of that start for them was brutal. The first 2 or 3 drives for the Patriots. Since then, they've been lights out. It's the Patriots we've been expecting to see in this playoff run.
All right, once again, Tardif in the back field of the Patriots. Turcotte, pardon me. Looking, it is picked up by Zerbo. Unfortunately, he was out of bounds, or referee Steve Hodhod with a big call on that. And yeah, it looked like he was incomplete on that, actually, landing out of bounds.
Yeah, you know, that could have been a little bit of momentum turner. I think he had the Jets to make it home. The Jets, pun intended.
Jets already on the attack, looking. Looks like Bati with the catch on that play. 4-yard gain by Bati on that early drive for the Jets.
Yeah, not entirely sure who got the tackle here. It was Dagenet or Pereda. It was one of the 2.
They'll probably get half tackle.
Yeah, half tackles. We're not there yet in FPF. I don't know.
Not yet. All right, Carl Dugas has to get some points on this opening drive in the second half. They can ill afford to go down any farther than they are. Unfortunately for the Jets, I mean, it's a deep hole, but Darren, they have to make some points.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Billy Havoc here to come up with a big play. Like I said, he's their biggest in terms of firepower. He's a guy who can put up some exceptional points, some big plays, kind of break the Patriot defense back. They need him.
Jets looking deep.
Chiba.
Mitch Chiba with a huge catch. Woo! He's making some moves. A huge game for Mitch Chiba. 15-yard gain, first down for the Jets as they're now inside the Patriot territory. A little crossing of the motion over there.
Yeah, you know, nice catch, nice run after the catch, especially by Mitch Chiba. It's a good start for them, but to be fair, for the Jets offense, their difficulty hasn't been coming out of their zone. It's really once they get closer to the Patriot red zone that they've been struggling a little bit, making mistakes that we're not expected to see from them.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Jets inside the Pats territory. We're hoping to get some points on this very drive to keep it within distance of maybe making a comeback in this football game. Base formation look. Dugas looking, goes left. Incomplete pass. Oh boy. That pass was intended for Simon Bati, an incomplete pass, Darren.
Yeah, Alex Pereda jumps the route here, and he's the kind of guy that doesn't put up exceptional numbers, but he's a very, very good defensive player for the Patriots. He's the heart and soul, captain of the team. Really, I think he had a chance to end the game right then and there.
That could have been goodnight Seattle in that question right there. All right, here we go. Second down for the Jets. Dugas gain the ball, looking to his left, goes over to Dragan Mallet, who has a catch and some yards after the catch. Looks like it will be an 8-9-yard gain for the Jets.
3rd catch of the night for number 3, Dragan Mallet. You know, he's the kind of guy they need for him to step up. They're going to have to start spreading it around a little bit more here, and they desperately need to get snapper Marc-André Rioux involved. I don't know if he's sick or if he's injured, but he has not been the same for the last 2 games.
Mallet's got that John Daly look going on there. With
I see that resemblance.
Moulet in the back there. All right, here we go. 3rd down for the Jets. Hoping to get some points. Dugas rolling out to his right. He throws it. Caught. Touchdown. Billy Havoc, 6-yard. Touchdown. It is now 28 part of Pats.
Yes, finally. There is life. We might have a game here. Now, as you said, 20-8, down by 2 scores. We'll see what happens on the extra point, but finally there is life. Now the Jets just need their defense to kind of hold firm, get back to what they were doing at the start of the first half, and not since.
And you can see pass rush with Patrick Trahan keeping his guys alive, focused and positive on that touchdown grabbed by Billy Havoc to keep this game within 12 points, if not less. We'll find on this extra point attempt by the Jets.
Did he just call his shot? I think he just pointed at Kyle Dugas.
He might have. Babe Ruth-esque. Looking, throws it. It is deflected by Sebastian Pereda, intended for Mitch Chiba in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, not a great play, but in the end, the extra point here isn't going to matter as much as what they do after it.
All right, here comes a big series now for the Jets. They have to make a stop on defense. Chauvin in a shotgun formation. Chauvin in the field looking to his right. He throws it towards the sideline, caught by Matthew Belanger. It looks like it will be 11, 12-yard gain on that. First down for the Patriots.
It is all Belanger tonight, really. I mean, obviously, Chauvin has been spreading the ball around quite well, but Belanger has been their spark plug. He's been their go-to guy, playing an excellent, excellent game at the receiver position.
Patriot moving the ball once again. Jets have to get something now, or else this might be over before we know it. Chauvin gets the ball looking, patient waiting. He's rolling out to his left. It is a sack by Patrice Blouin. A 2-yard loss on the play. Chauvin cannot elude the rush.
No, you know, I was wondering when we were going to hear his name again. It seemed like all we were talking about was Patrice Blouin at the start. A little bit fiery there. He's got a little bit of temper.
Well, him and Trahan they've been going at it. We saw on the sidelines, both of them giving each other little signals via the hand gestures, so to speak.
It's great when your rushers can kind of get into the act there. It's not just about sacking the quarterback. It's about getting into his head, giving him a little shot, a little clap in his face. You know, it's maybe not the classiest thing, but it does help your team get into it, and it galvanizes your effort.
All right, big play coming up now for the Jets. They hope to make a stop on defense to get that ball back to potentially score some points again. And again, they go to that backfield. Look, David Turcotte in the backfield, number 4. The snap coming up right now. It is snapped. Chauvin, play action fake, rolling it to his left. He's looking. He goes deep. It is deflected by Mo Zerbo.
I thought he had it.
Intended for Sebastian Pereda, who had a beat on Zerbo but couldn't corral it in the football.
Well, as you see here on the replay, he had a step and he just wasn't able to bring it in. Exactly as you said, Zerbo applying some pressure. But that was more about Pereda. He had it in his hands. You got to make that catch in the playoffs.
You definitely do. And, of course, the Patriots are looking to put the nail in the coffin to solidify their lead in this 20 to 8 lead for the Patriots midway through the second half of this football game. D4 finals. Phenomenal teams that we have here, Darren.
Yeah, you know, Patriots kind of surprised the world when they beat the family in the second round, and they've ridden that wave all the way up to now.
All right, here we go. Chauvin in pistol formation once again. Gets the snap, rolling out to his right, looking, waiting patiently, throws it up in the air.
Open.
It is deflected by Mo Zerbo, intended once again for Nick Tardif. Could not get that football.
Actually, it was David
Turcotte.
Yeah, you know, they kind of have the same body type. We both kind of, I think, have a tendency to get them confused. But, you know, I said he had him open, but he didn't gun it in there hard enough, and Zerbo had the time to get back there and make a play. They punted now, so here we go. Jets got what they needed.
He's going deep. It is deflected once again.
There's a penalty. Flag on the play.
Once again, it was not the play that they looked for.
I believe it's going to be interference on the rusher by Marc-André Rioux, who, again, is not having the best game for his team. Penalty, make them start a bit further back. Yeah, you can see here the discussion between the referees.
And Danny Roy.
Yeah.
Two excellent referees trying to...
Referees kind of getting a little FaceTime here on the road show.
They always have to, you know, and as much as they get a lot of heat, they're also the hardest working people in the FPF in terms of making the calls.
Well, I think that was a good call there. I mean, Rioux kind of he impeded the rusher, and we tightened the rules this year to make sure that doesn't happen. And so now the Jets, they kind of had the momentum, but they lost it a bit.
All right, Jets second down. They throw it. Incomplete pass to Mitch Chiba, intended for Mitch Chiba.
Pereda again. Alex Pereda.
With the pass deflection on that play, quick reaction by Alex Pereda.
You got to think he's gonna reel one of these in here. That's 2 balls he almost picked off and took to the house.
All right, third down coming up for the Jets. They have to move this ball, otherwise this game might be over before we know it. Patrick Trahan is really keeping his guys focused. He's making those barking noises to the Jets offense, trying to get to the head of Carl Dugas. Here we go, formation look, a little rollout, trips right. Dugas looking. He goes deep. Dragan Malek cannot catch that ball on a wheel route, pardon me. And unfortunately for the Jets, it is now fourth down.
They had that play there. He dropped it in kind of in between. The Dragon just wasn't able to get
John
there in time.
Day look he's got, I must say. All right, here we go. 4th down, big play now for the Jets. And if they, it's
I
safe
think
to
this is
say,
the game here.
This is it right
safe
here,
to say.
Darren.
Yeah, this is the game. The Jets absolutely need a first down here. If they don't, I think it's got to be.
And if they don't score on this play, we might have to start rolling out the thank yous.
Yeah,
to
that's
the-
it. You know,
to
the
the
whole technical
production.
staff and everything. Well, we're not there yet. They've got a shot.
Absolutely. And stay tuned for the post-game show as Alex Porce will have a reaction from the winning team, whether it's the Jets or the Patriots. So stay tuned for that after this football game. All right, here we go. 4th down coming up. Deep in the Jets territory. Dugas looking. He throws it. Incomplete. Intended for Billy Havoc. Cannot corral it in. Mathieu Belanger with a huge play to get a turnover on the downs.
Yeah, again, you know, it's just a day late and a dollar short for the Jets. They've had many chances, but it's just like the few feet or inches of accuracy that they needed, were not able to get.
It's not their day, that's for sure.
And now the Pats start with it really in a great position.
This could be the hammer move right now. If they can score a point, they can get this win potentially. Trips formation for the Patriots. Chauvin looking, surveying the field once again. It might go to man-to-man now with the Jets defense here. Chauvin gets the snap, looking. It is a handoff to Mathieu Belanger. He avoids the first rush. He avoids the second rush.
Touchdown.
He is in. Touchdown.
Wow.
Patriot, a great move to avoid Blouin and Mo Zerbo to score that touchdown. This might be it, Darren.
Whoever's watching this, please rewind and take a look at Patrick Fran's celebration after the touchdown here. Great play, great celebration. Very enjoyable here.
And so far, all the touchdowns have been on Zerbo and Chiba's side for the duration
Yeah,
of the
you know,
football
I
game.
think that's a matchup that the Patriots decided they really liked, and that was a good play call. Really, they've been doing a good job. But you cannot underline enough the effort of Mathieu Belanger today. Great catches, great yards after the catch, and that was a great job avoiding 2 would-be Jets tackling.
All right, 26-8, looking to make it 27-8 for the Patriots. Chauvin gets, a little false start by Blouin. He's looking, waiting, rolling out, staying in the middle. He throws it over the head through the graphs. No good on the PAT for the Patriots as they look to make it 27-8, which is now 26-8 for the team as they are well on their way to a D4 title potentially.
Yeah, you know, it looks like all that's left is the thank yous soon. We'll see how the drives play out. But
Trips right, pardon me, Darren. Dugas looking. He is going to run it. He is flagged for, it looks like a 5-yard gain. Jets hoping to make this a respectable game of sorts now as they are deep in the hole.
Yeah, I think it's going to be too little too late, whatever they do at this point. We'll see what they can do here. They're playing for pride. They have had a great run to get here to the Jets. I think there's no discounting that. This is Kyle Dugas' first full season as quarterback. Shown a lot of improvement. I think regular season he's a great quarterback, but in playoffs he needs to improve a bit.
As we said before, stay tuned for the postgame show of the winning team. Trips formation for the Jets. Dugas looking patiently in the pocket. He throws it incomplete pass intended for Simon Batty. Could not catch that football. Great play by Peretta to deflect that ball.
Yeah, Alex Peretta again and again, man. I don't know how many balls he's going to have to get his hands on before he takes one to the house. That's his 3rd chance. Excellent defensive player. This is a guy who, in their biggest game of the season, 2nd round against the Family, when they pulled off that big upset, he had 11 tackles, which is an incredible number. One we rarely see double-digit tackles in one game in FPF.
And a reminder, stay tuned for the D3 files. As Darren and I will bring that to you. As you can see in the background of this game, GPK warming up for their big battle against Dark Horses coming up for the D3 finals after this football game.
Yeah, but let's keep our heads in this game right now, I think the 2 teams have merited it, right, Mokan?
Absolutely. All right, here we go. Jets in the base formation. Once again, a little motion by the offense. Mallet in motion. Dugas looking, waiting patiently. He throws a deep ball. It is, through the hands of Mitch Chiba or the fingertips.
Simon Batty, I think.
Mitch Chiba was the one that got
let's
that.
See. Hold on, they both play on the same side.
Yeah, Mitch
You're
Chiba
right.
could not
Absolutely
get that
Well,
ball
see,
in.
now it was my turn to make a mistake, so we're all even now.
All right, here we go. And again, 4th down coming up for the Jets, hoping to prolong this drive for them. Like you said before, to make this game respectable in terms of the score line, as it is very deep in this second half of this football game here. Patrick Trahan, still look at him. He's wiping that sweat off his brows. He is still hungry.
He's focused. Well, he wants to make sure there's no letdown by the Patriots here. He wants them to close it out in style as champions need to.
All right, here we go. Jets coming up. This could be it for them right now as they look to prolong this drive. Dugas looking to his left. He throws a deep ball. It is deflected, intended for Billy Havoc. Could not be corralled in. Number 17, Sebastian Pereda. Once again, the Pereda boys all over the football field, making plays galore.
Really, there's nothing more to be said at this point. They're just airing it out, hoping for the best. But when the defense knows exactly what you're going to do, it's pretty much over for them. So.
All right, Chauvin, and here we go. Caught by Tardif for a 5-yard gain. Looks like a 6-yard gain. We will get the exact number on that. And they're just going right now. They want to score these points. They want to really, hopefully, cement it with a nice little cherry on top of the ice cream. If they can get another touchdown here, Darren.
Well, I mean, either way, I think we can call this one a victory for the Patriots. And congratulations to them on an excellent championship run. Really pulled off the shocker of the year in flag plus.
Chauvin gets the ball rolling out to his right. He's waiting patiently. He throws an incomplete pass to Tardif. Nick Tardif cannot get that football in. And, of course, they're trying to get him the touchdown. Mitch Chiba, a little pass deflection on that.
Yeah, I just going back to what I was saying, really, Patriots, this is second championship in a row for them, Mokan. Really been, I mean, I know you following just from the Wepo, I think you've been very impressed by what they've been able to do in the playoffs.
Yeah, and my apologies, it was Sebastian Cressy-Lozon with the deflection on that play. As the Jets try to hold this Pats offense in check to end off on a good note themselves, even though they wish they would be, or they'd be hoping to corral that D4 title above their shoulders.
Yeah, you know, it's always sad, but one team's got to win, one team's got to lose, right?
There's never ties in finals.
No. Thank God. That would be very boring.
Mo Zerbo trying to keep the troops in check, keep their spirits in a positive state of mind, and as he is trying to give some, I guess, tips to his defense.
Yeah, that's it. I think it's him and Dragan Mallet having a nice little
The
conversation.
John Daly look, I must say.
All right, third time's the charm. Okay.
Absolutely. We'll call him the John Daly of this football team, that's for sure. All right, base formation for the Patriots, looking to run out the plays and the clock on this football game. All right, Chauvin rolling out to his right. He is waiting patiently. He throws it over the middle, caught by Mathieu Belanger.
Again and again. Hey, Belanger, all right.
Against the grain throw there by the Patriots, looking to run out the plays and clock, as we mentioned before.
Yeah, Chiba with the tackle there, you know. I think Belanger has a fair shot at perhaps winning MVP, but there's a lot of guys who have a good shot. You have to look at what everyone's done during the whole playoffs, not just what's in this game. So I think there's quite a few MVPs on this team.
Chess formation coming up on this very, very last few moments of this football game. Chauvin in the pistol formation once again. He gets the ball. He throws that could be a legal lateral on that play, Darren.
Yeah, it looked like it was forward pass caught behind the line of scrimmage. Let's take a look. Yeah, forward. So that's going to be like a run, basically. So that is a penalty.
Great camera angle by Vadim Cherniak, who's done a phenomenal job for the sideline action for this D4 finals.
Yeah, well, while we're at it, let's give, I guess, our thank yous to, all the camera guys that do it. I mean, we'll do it. We'll save it for the post game too.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think we'll go through the whole laundry list.
Speaking of the post game show, stay tuned as Alex Porce will have the winning team, which would be the Patriots, as he'll get the post game thoughts from them. And stay tuned for the overall post game show with Alex, Darren, and I after these halftime proceedings and full time proceedings.
Yeah, more like the full time, I think.
Absolutely.
So, what do you think here, Mo? What do you think he's going for?
Well, if you think about it right now, overall, Cedric Champartier has been his guy over the middle. And if he goes to him, I mean, this might be the cherry on top for this Pats victory. Chauvin rolling out to his right. He is waiting patiently. Throws it up in the air. It is...
who's got it? Zerbo.
Mo Zerbo, the Laval Rougeau player, picks it off. Unfortunately, it is now over. The Patriots are your 2011.
Well, yeah, we'll catch the replay before we call it, I guess.
Before I officially put it in.
Yeah, but
before the pollsters.
But you are right. They are the champions. Go ahead, Mokan.
All right, the Patriots are the 2011 Winter D4 champs. Congratulations to them on a job well done.
Alors, les Patriots sont les champions de la saison 2011 de la Division 4. Alors, je suis avec le MVP du match, Sébastien Pereda, et son fidèle complice de toujours, Mathieu Bélanger. Alors, Sébastien, d'abord, parle-nous de ton match un peu.
Ben, tout s'est bien déroulé. Dans le fond, j'avais fait une bonne préparation, puis j'espérais que ça se donne de même. Défensivement, on a tout fait, puis ça a bien marché toute la game. Offensivement, on a eu un peu de la misère des fois à marquer, mais on est allé quand même chercher des touchdowns pour la victoire, puis s'assurer d'une bonne victoire, là.
Le fait qu'on voit la game la semaine passée, on les a regardés jouer, on était pas mal préparés, on savait pas mal qu'est-ce qu'ils s'en allaient faire. Donc à la défense, c'est peut-être un peu à dire, mais on a triché sur certaines occasions, mais on savait comment ils allaient jouer. C'est pas dans la game qu'ils allaient changer leur playbook, là. Fait que qu'est-ce qui se passe qui est arrivé? On a fait beaucoup de beaux jeux à def, des interceptions, des passes des flecs. Donc on a une grosse game à la défense, là. Comme tu dis, un petit peu struggle en offense, mais c'était solide à la défense, là. Quoi? 9 points? 9 points au flag plus, je trouve aussi une bonne performance défensive, là.
Vous avez fini par vous ressaisir. Écoutez, merci beaucoup. C'était un très beau spectacle à regarder. Donc, tous nos auditeurs à la maison, n'oubliez pas d'écouter le match avec le play-by-play de Mokan et Darren Basmadjan. Alors, à l'année prochaine.
Yes, sir!
Welcome to the D4 Finals recap. With me, as always, is Darren to my left and Alex Porras to my right. We want to congratulate the Patriots for winning a pretty easy score, would you say, Alex Porras?
Well, I mean, the game was lopsided if you look at the score. It seemed closer than that, at least at the halftime, but in the second half, auto destruction by the Jets.
26-8, correct? That was a destruction?
Exactly. 26-8.
All right, let's get your thoughts here, Alex. In the first half, it seemed that the Patriots had this game in hand. They were executing the game plan from start to finish in the first half. Would you agree with that?
Well, I wouldn't agree completely because at the start of the game, Chauvin had some problems with the rush. Patrice Blouin had 4 sacks in the first half alone, I think in 2 drives only, so that was a big factor. But as soon as he started adapting and he started running actually and going around him, his game plan, he changed it and it was better.
All right, Darren, and of course we cannot forget about your favorite player on the Patriots, Patrick Trahan, if you want to use the French dictation over here. Your thoughts? We were watching the game from up here in the broadcast booth, and yes, he didn't have the big impact as Patrice Blouin had, but for him to be under the skin, though, of the Jets overall, we saw the antics that he was pulling halftime on the sidelines, trying to get in their face in a good way, but also to get under the skin. I could sort of say he was the unsung hero for tonight's game.
Well, I mean, I don't know if we can call him unsung. We've been singing about him all night, but on the one hand, you are correct in saying that this guy did have an impact. Look, maybe not so much in what he did on the field, but in how he plays. He gets the other team a little bit on edge, just that little inch, that extra inch, and you saw it. It kind of filtered down to the Jets when things weren't going right, and then he's doing all his antics. It just builds up, and the team gets frustrated, and you start making mistakes, the kinds of mistakes the Jets could not afford to make in this game to be in it. And I think what he does is it's all about winning for him. If he gets a sack, he does his little stare down and his dance and whatnot, but even if he doesn't, he's applauding his other teammates, and he's just keeping it intense. And sometimes in the finals, it's tough to find that balance as a player. You want to be too intense, you want to be a little bit laid back, but not too much. He manages to keep his team in the right spot because the rest of them are all loosey-goosey, and they're confident and they've been there, but he's an intense guy, so it gives them both sides.
All right, Alex, in terms of what you saw, Bélanger, Pereda, and there's enough Peredas to last us a lifetime over here. The impact of Bélanger in particular, what did he do that was so special for today's game?
Well, Bélanger had an amazing game. He had the most catches on his team. He actually led through the whole playoffs for receptions, and I think he tied for touchdowns, and he led for yards too. So the guy is just incredible on offense. But I mean, we need to talk about Pereda, Sébastien, who was the MVP of the game, and his brothers, Alex and Marc-Antoine, who were really big. Not in the stat line, but in terms of breaking up passes, they were a huge part of the game.
All right, looking at some final thoughts here for this game between the Patriots and the Jets. I'll go with you, Darren. Of course, as we all know, FPF rules state clearly that if you win your division, you move up to the next, depending on how the roster situation might be, but they encourage it. Do you foresee that Patriots move up now to play in a very competitive D3?
150% I see them moving up. First of all, they definitely can compete at the D3 level, and I've spoken to them a little bit in the past, and they've kind of said that as well, that that's their goal, is to move up. They just don't want to jump too many steps ahead. I think Div 3 is a great level for them. I'm not sure that they're a Div 2 caliber team, but I think they can keep improving, they can keep getting better, but Div 3 is definitely where they should be, and I think they'll be a competitive team there.
What about the Jets? Again, tough way to end off the season. A very stingy defense. When you look at it in hindsight, do they stay or do they move up?
I think they got to stay. They put together a great run and everything, but I think that, again, it's a similar situation to what we discussed in D5. They need to make some changes on the roster. Obviously, this was their first big step. It's not a team that's been dominating regularly, like, for example, les Patriotes. So I think for them, step by step, they can, if they come back again, if they're a dominant team, if they can put it together, regular season and playoff success in the next season, then maybe they move up. But for now, I see them staying in Division 4.
All right, Alex, same questions to you. The Patriots, do they move up, yes or no?
Well, definitely. If they keep at least 60% of their players, which they surely will, because on 3 straight seasons they have the same core exactly. So they will most likely move up, and I think they'll have an above-average season if they move up to Division 3.
And for the Jets, you look at what they've done up till now. As I said before, tough way for them to lose this football game. But do you see them staying or moving up?
The thing with the Jets is they're likely they'll miss a couple of players if they play again in the spring. Mitch Chiba, I don't know if he's staying. He was an acquisition through mid-season. I don't know if he's going to stay for another season. So the tampering in their lineup might keep them in Div 4 again. They might play Div C though.
Yes, Mitch Chiba, our favorite, had a big catch to start off the football game. It wasn't enough, though, for the Jets as they lose this football game to the Patriots. All right, without further ado, I want to thank everyone who was a part of the D4 season, practically. You, Alex Ports, for what you did. Congratulations on a job well done. Even though the articles came 5 minutes before kickoff sometimes, but that's all good, though. But I want to thank you. I want to thank JP Mancini, who was a part of the D4 coverage, and to you, Darren, for being, I guess, the Bryant Gumbel of this show. So we want to thank you, and all the best to you in your future endeavors, because you're no longer part of the D4 pregame show.
My one episode cameo on the D4 Weapon.
And without further ado, I want to thank everyone who partook in the D4 season, who read Alex's articles, who chimed in on the Facebook walls, who watched the Weekly Extra Point Live. On top of that, we want to thank you to all the teams. Congratulations to the Patriots for winning the D4 title. Great job by them, and we hope you enjoyed the broadcast. It was our first ever play-by-play, and we hope it met the satisfaction, because we look forward to bringing you these play-by-plays for future road shows down the road. And we're going to thank the Visionary. We'll leave it at that. Thank you to the Visionary.
Yeah, to the Visionary. Thank you. Congrats on your vision.
There you go. And without further ado, the magic words, please.
That's it from us here at the Weekly Extra Point Live Roadshow Division 4 edition. We will see you here in the spring, but until then.
Good night, FPF. Good night, D4. Good night to the Weekly Extra Point Live diehards. We'll see you May 22nd for the Spring League.
Watch me not stop, though.